Welcome back to Jesters of Ravenloft, where a group of comedians try to escape the horrors of the mists. The troupe and all of Happytown were visited by the terrifying spectral face of the Dark One in the sky. They have to report to the Dark One, Judge Karma, for trial, or their friends' lives will be forfeit. Tyler couldn't contact Ezra and noticed the mist looking strangely dark and solid. New Rogue prayed and decided that Dell's boar went to heaven. Shadam was called out by Hazel's grandmother, who is going to tell everyone that Shadam is a murderer. And Dell, in frustration and desperation, begged Shadam to just be a person. Shadam has been charmed by Shadowmaster into listening to Dell, but will any of it matter if they're found guilty? I doubt it.
Jesters of Ravenloft. I'm going to try to sum up, I think at this point, 26 episodes of Jesters.
Oh my God.
That sounds right.
We've been doing it for eternity at this point.
Jeez.
Our 4 heroes are the comedians of the comedy troupe Wet Change. Dell specifically as their backstage stage manager, the other 3 as the quote-unquote talent who perform out front. They were at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival performing their hit pie sketch when the mists enveloped them and they were sucked into Ravenloft. They arrived at the town of Happytown. Tyler put on a crown of leaves that talked to him. It was the god of the mists, Ezra, who told these 4 hapless, waylaid comedians that they needed to collect 3 magical items and defeat the Dark One of the realm to have any chance of returning home. They journeyed through town, met Mayor Werner Herzog, and hid out in his castle, or in his tower, while being threatened by one of the 3 big bads of the area, the Black Knight, who said he would come to kill them the very following evening while waging war in Happytown. Our hapless heroes decided to go after the Black Knight during the daytime, assuming that he may be following some sort of vampire rules where he's worse during the day than he is at night, and they weren't wrong. They went and picked a selection of outfits along with some weapons and journeyed into the Black Knight's temple, where they were determined to collect his helmet. Unfortunately, during the climactic battle with the knight, Guy Bradford died. And Adam McNamara was possessed by a symbiote that he has named Shadowmaster that now lives inside him, inseparable from Adam, and tries to convince him to either waste people's time, which is one way it can eat, or eat people's brains. Adam has very much focused on the second. I don't think he's wasted anyone's time since the first 5 minutes he had the symbiote. All brains, all the time. Guy Bradford was luckily brought back from the dead by Ezra at the behest of Tyler, and he returned with ghostly arms and legs from his elbows down and from his knees down. He has spectral ghostly limbs that hurt anyone, draining the life from them, and so far have been unable to successfully wear gloves or boots because those have also melted off of his body. Not for lack of trying. Maybe one day he'll find a pair that'll stick. He also lost all of his memories and had no idea what was going on, being renamed Shadow Rogue by Adam, who declared himself the new Black Knight and took over all the squires of the old Black Knight, sending them to battle the Spider Folk, one of the other factions in town. Our heroes returned to town, thinking they were victorious, ready to set off and battle the Spider Folk because the squires had already softened them up, when sadly they were kidnapped in the middle of the night by the forces of the Dark One, the big bad of this realm, where they were dropped off in the caves of the Skinless inside cages alongside Mayor Werner Herzog, who had also accidentally been sent to Happytown by Ezra, the god of the mists. Almost escaping, sadly, Werner Herzog was captured, and Adam ate one of their prison guards, a wizard named Peter Nutter, who was originally just trying to eat in town because Adam was determined that he wanted to float and or get flying swords, and misunderstood the general instructions given to him by a symbiote, which said it would take 20 years of evil, and Adam thought, if I could do it all in one night, it'll happen faster. He ate Peter Nutter and has been hiding that crime for the rest of the series. After defeating the Skinless, Tyler dipped his laurel crown in the boiling blood cauldron, and when he put it on, he she-hulked out. Tyler is green now. He's got long horns, long black flowing hair, a pinky that he can remove at will to do creepy magic with, and a couple of other abilities that have bonded him even closer with Ezra. Our heroes were forced to set off towards a pyramid because overnight the Dark One, frustrated by their victories, traded out in a very switching out a boss in a video game kind of way, traded out the Spider Folk and gave them the Lizard Folk in their place, an even more terrifying and deadly foe. But our heroes were undaunted. Adam adopted Peter Nutter's daughter, the man he murdered, claiming that Peter just was off on his own adventures, and took her in alongside a second squire after the first one also died when Adam got Mayor Werner Herzog killed. Paul Rudd became the next mayor. Ezra's not very good at drawing people into the realm who are useful. They set off towards the pyramid. Unfortunately, Guy Bradford, aka Shadow Rogue, disappeared, being resummoned by Ezra to watch a puppet show, who, as Ezra was trying to give Shadow Rogue memories back of his original life. Unfortunately, Ezra did not know much about Guy's original life and kind of botched it, getting about 30% right and about 70% wrong, which led to some tension between Tyler and Guy that eventually resolved itself in a trust fall where luckily no one was hurt by, at the point, Shadow Rogue's ghostly hands. Battling their way through the lizard folk, our heroes laid claim to the reality blade, giving it to Dell, who now has the ability to hear and occasionally speak with ghosts from the reality blade, as well as being able to make her drawings real by carving them into the very flesh of the air around her. Returning to town, our heroes trained with the local guilds because, having defeated the three evils, they had a week to prepare themselves to face off with the Dark One. Adam trained as a barbarian. Tyler trained as a blade singer. Dell trained as a bard. And New Rogue, by the time his training was complete, trained himself to become a cleric of the god Ezra of the Mists. Adam also decided he was evil during this time, declaring himself Shadow Nemesis at one point, then gave up being called Shadow Nemesis and declared himself Shadam, but is still very evil, most of all when he's wearing the Black Knight helm, because his voice changes to be more evil when he's wearing the helmet than when he takes it off, and he sounds much nicer. To celebrate their overall achievements, our heroes got to witness a performance by the Vistani. Over the course of training, Tyler tried to convince Hazel Nutter that her father had been murdered by Adam, but due to some very devious ploys on Shadam's part, he crafted a forged letter convincing both Hazel, who now goes by the name Shadow Jimmy because Adam got drunk and called her Jimmy for a while and then started calling her Shadow, and he became evil, and now she's sworn herself to the cause, and his new squire, the great wizard illusionist Omega Sergeant of Shadows and Magic, and the local leader of the Wizard Guild, Glow Silverseed, that Tyler is evil, cannot be trusted, and Peter Nutter is on a secret mission where he's watching all the time but can't communicate with anybody. So Shadam should be Hazel's new dad. Watching the performance of the Vistani, our heroes... so Adam bullied the hell out of Paul Rudd for being in Quantumania and not having enough chairs for his quote-unquote kids. Shadow has declared both the Squire and Shadow Jimmy his kid. Though Shadow Jimmy turned 18, so adult. No one's safe after they're 18 in my game. Heroes watched the show. Tyler unfortunately felt the pressure of a number of people thinking he was evil and left the show to go hide out in the mayor's tower and watch through binoculars. At the end of the show, the bards, who had had enough of their incompetent leader, Rupert Darlin, decided to have a vote where both Dell and Rupert, as the two chosen members who could become the leader of the bards, had to give a speech. Dell lightly, viciously mocked Rupert. Rupert viciously mocked Dell, who was almost knocked out in a single insult. And then New Rogue started a food fight after unsuccessfully being able to overpower and embarrass Rupert Darlin with magic. At this time, as the food fight broke out, Shadam was hunting for Gilderoy's Indy, a member of the Travelers of the Feather, one of the sponsors of the thing. Shadam's, oh my God, all the Shadow names. Shadam's interior symbiote, Shadow Master, hates the Travelers of the Feather because they are secretly a heroic group that is looking to bring down all of the evil in the realm, and Shadow Master considers him/itself to be evil and thus needed to destroy it. Shadam tried to negotiate, lost, was charmed by his symbiote, and then immediately ate Gilderoy's Imdry in the middle of combat, hiding inside a house, and then leaving the body in the basement. Coming back out, our heroes had thought they had defeated a big ambush by the Clockwork Watch. Unfortunately, many of their friends were captured, including a bone horse that was Dell's closest friend, both of Shadam's children, Tyler's trainer, and, I mean, theoretically, no one specific to New Rogue, but New Rogue has taken the whole town under his wing as a religious figure and cleric. So these are all devastating things. The evil judge, we learned Judge Dredd was the true name of the Dark One, is requiring that all of our heroes come forward, surrender their weapons, and submit to a trial and then sentence, which will undoubtedly be a sham, but is the only way to protect their friends who have been kidnapped. Otherwise, the bail, quote unquote, will be destroyed. Our heroes tried to figure out what they should do. There were a number of plans presented, and by a number, I mean kind of two and then half of an idea, and they weren't even really complete plans. But Dell suggested that they find a lawyer to try to work their way around the case. Shadam suggested murdering several different people and or animals and or just getting a bunch of people to put blood in a bowl and then dipping the reality blade in it on the theory that that will make it more powerful. And Tyler suggested that they could use animals maybe. But that's kind of all that was on the table. And an elderly woman showed up named Alma Nutter, who it turns out is, not according to Adam, but perhaps according to reality, still undecided, is Shadow Jimmy, a.k.a. Hazel Nutter's grandmother, and who realized through Adam's attempts at bullying and other things that Adam has murdered Peter Nutter, and she's going to make sure that the whole town learns the truth about Shadam. And Shadam kind of became, shall we say, more bloodthirsty and more evilly minded after this occurred. However, Dell finally had a breakdown, snapped after talking with Werner Herzog the Ghost, and said that she had had enough, and she begged Adam to just be a person for a bit. And it worked. Shadow Master has always believed that Dell is Shadam's closest friend and suggested that Shadam listen to Dell, so now he has to because he's charmed. And that, I think, is everything roughly that happened. Does it?
Yeah, well done.
Wow.
Great. Do any of you have any questions?
It cut out for a little bit there. Just
good.
right after you mentioned like the mists brought us to Ravenloft, and I picked something up. If you could just start over from there, just a quick recap, that would be great.
Yeah, you guys went to Ravenloft, and then now you've got classes, and you got to talk to a bad guy.
Perfect. Thank you.
It's also clear now.
All right. It is time for us to journey once again into Ravenloft. Shadam, Dell has hugged you and asked you to just be a person for a little bit. And Shadow Master has agreed that Dell is your good friend who you should listen to. And you are charmed right now because your will was overpowered by your symbiote.
Right.
So what do you do now that you are a person?
Oh, well, I mean, Adam the player is trying to think of loopholes, but I think I guess in the moment, I'll be like, okay, all right. Del, you make a really good point. I take off my helmet and I just temporarily put it in my bag of holding. So it's like, it's not even out in the open. So I can't even put it on if I want. I'd have to go in my bag. And I say, okay, guys, I had another non-violent plan that we could do if you want. So the judge said that we have to turn in our weapons, right? So I got an in with some of the blacksmiths in town because I really impressed them with my RoboCop outfit. So I'm thinking we go to them. They just make some duplicate weapons. They don't even have to work. They just got to look good. We take our real weapons, put them in my bag of holding, show up with the fake ones, turn them in, and then if we need them, we whip them out and we go to town.
Adam, that's a great idea.
Yeah, I agree. That was surprisingly a robust, thought out idea.
Oh, thanks. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. I can get on board with that.
That sounds great. That's so smart to deal with the weapons thing. Yeah, awesome.
So did you also, I was going to say, do a quick summation of what you guys have discussed as planned so far, because it's generally been pitches. So we've got making fake or just secondary weapons and stowing some in a bag of holding. Mm-hmm. Tyler has pitched using your D&D Pokeball, Dell, and using an invisible helper that Tyler can summon through his Blade Singer abilities as kind of out-of-the-box surprise helpers, depending on how things go. Mm-hmm. I think blood clones are out because currently Shadam is a person. And Dell, you had pitched approaching a lawyer to see if you could, I think countersue was on the table at one point, but just consult a lawyer in general. Yes. However, you have not solidified a plan. So right now you've got a plan for your weapons. It's a time to lock in what you're thinking.
Yeah, I think that works perfectly. Then we can get over there and follow the rule about the weapons. Maybe we can talk to a lawyer, either take a defense lawyer with us or try and figure out actual lawyer loopholes. And then the last case scenario is throw a bunch of animals and try and fight however we can. And then we'll have the weapons with us to take out.
Okay. All right. Well, then might I suggest, well, could we split up then just so we can cover more ground? I don't know how much time we have left till the judge wants us to like show up, but somebody handles lawyers, I can handle the armor and the weapons. And I mean, I don't know, maybe somebody else can go supply run, something like that. Like,
That sounds great.
Yep.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if we need to go tonight. I am in so much pain. I know it doesn't look like it, but man, that darling guy really gave me what for.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, yeah, that works for me. Guys, but before we do, can we all just like come together for a bit? I want to have a few words.
Okay.
For the big guy in
Yeah.
the sky right now. Just
Sure.
a stroke of good luck. Hopefully our fortunes become even more fortuitous. So everybody close your eyes real quick. Hey, easy. It's your boy down here on this wonderful world called Ravenloft. Look, mad respect for all that you've done, all the life you provided us with, all the good luck, all the glory thus far. I just want to say, shout out to your boy. Me to you. Love. Peace. Okay. Let's do it, guys.
Okay.
Okay.
all right.
All right.
Okay, so it sounds like
magical or
No, I just have to make sure to touch base with him every once in a while.
Okay,
Just to make
okay.
sure we're all in the good graces.
got it.
You
Great.
can heal us if you want, because we kind of took some damage.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Not to step on your toes there,
Yo,
you
easy.
rogue.
So about that whole not requesting things, I'm going to actually have to break that rule just one more time. I'd love if you could imbue me with some of your luck and spirit and grace so that I can heal our whole party so that we can fight in your honor evermore. Okay, let's do it. I'm going to I'm going to try and heal everybody. Let's see what I can use.
You got some healing spells now.
Yeah, you
right?
have a spell called Cure Wounds. If you're looking at
That's
the
what I
spells
have.
you
There it
Yeah.
is. Not blessed. Okay. So I'm going to try Cure Wounds. This is the first time I'm doing this spell. So let's see. A creature you touch regains a number of hit points equal to 1d8 plus your spell casting ability modifier. The spell has no effect on undead or constructs. I don't think that means anything. So it's range touch. So I can't actually touch everybody. So
You can only do it to one creature, actually. But
One
what is-
creature.
Yeah. What is your spell modifier? You'll have it on your character sheet. It'll be on the spell page up at the top.
let me check. Spell modifier. Where am I finding this?
At the top of your list of spells on your character.
Oh, the
sheet.
top of my list of spells. Okay,
Yeah.
let me see here. Okay. Spell modifier. So I have spell attack bonus +2, spell save DC 10. That's what I have on here.
Attack
Is there-
bonus +2. That's what it
Okay.
is.
Okay.
Just plus. No, because it's. Okay, let me check the card. Just a second. Isn't this fun? I'm going to tell you right now, Laura. Let's take this part out.
Only for chat.
It's your spellcasting ability modifier that you're using, new rogue. So you cast your spells using wisdom. What is your wisdom ability modifier? What do you add to wisdom rolls?
When
you look at wisdom-
yeah. No, I understand the question. I'm just like trying to find. Yeah, so I have 0 extra anything on with my wisdom because I'm a dumb guy.
Yeah, so you heal 1d8 plus 0.
So just 1d8. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so I can heal up to 8 on something.
Yeah, that is a
That
very
is
positive
true.
way of
Yeah,
looking at it.
that's pretty good.
Hey, cup half full. Thanks, Ezra. All right.
you healing?
That's a good question. Who's the most hurt?
It sounded like Dell wasn't pretty.
I
rough.
was whining.
You were
Yeah.
what?
Looking
Whining?
visibly, Dell has been beat up the most.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I would just have you. Geez. Okay. Touch my forehead, I guess, or something. It's
Okay.
the place I can think of that will do the least amount of damage.
Gotta
Okay. Here
get
goes.
up on my tippy toes.
All right.
Oh,
I'll
do
crouch
you
a bit.
just go forehead to forehead, Dell?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's kind
okay.
of nice.
Here
Think
goes.
that healing magic.
Yeah, Ezra, with all the power of the heavens, please cure her wounds. That's a 5.
Oh. I feel a lot better.
Yeah,
Oh,
I did it.
man.
Did I do it? Do you feel
Yeah.
better?
Oh my god, I feel a lot better. Oh my gosh,
shit!
new rogue.
Yeah!
Whoa. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
great.
Oh, I'm the best.
Nice job, new
You're the
rogue.
best. That's
Wow,
awesome.
good job.
Hey, okay, but really, it was the man upstairs. Easy. Yo, don't forget, praise him.
Praise Ezra.
Oh, praise him.
Okay, good job, guys.
Praise the roof. All right, I'll go find a lawyer. There's a solicitor's office in town somewhere, right? I'll try and figure out where that is and see if we can out legal the judge.
Sure. Do you want me to come with on that, or who needs the most help?
Well, yeah. Let's see who needs the most help. Adam, you're on Shadam. Excuse me. You're on weapon duplication duty.
Yeah, I mean, I can just put things in my bag of holding, so it's not like I need extra arms.
You want my sword then?
You know what? Hold
Just
on
like
to your
a
weapons
reference?
for now.
Okay.
Well, let's hold on to it because I'm really bad with like keeping things organized. So like, I don't want to like take your sword and then when you need it, I give you like the wrong sword. Like maybe we could
right.
like mark it or something. Get like a marker and like really small on the bottom, just be like not real or something. You know, it's like fake.
Adam, you're blacksmith. Do you think the blacksmith, like, is this an enchanted blacksmith? Do we know this guy? Like, do you think he'd be able to help me make gloves or boots that stop me from melting people?
Oh, like forged.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Because
good
last
idea.
time I was just regular gloves and those things just busted up real quick.
Yeah, they.
Well, why don't you come with me?
Skin. Yeah,
Okay.
you can go.
Okay.
What are we waiting for?
I don't
And
know.
I click my heels up a wall, like la 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 la, and I find the tallest wall I can, like la 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 la.
And he leaves you behind, new rogue, but you run after him because you can't climb walls.
Wait.
I eventually go straight because I was just going up for a while. I'm like, oh,
All right, so we have team going to blacksmith for fake weapons, and we have second team going to collect a lawyer. I will say for the two people who called this, and we're going to do a quick initiative roll to see who gets to go where they want to go first. Shadam, you were leading the way. Can you roll me an initiative with advantage? And Tyler, you pitched the idea of going to the lawyer. Can you roll me an initiative with advantage?
Dirty 20 on my initiative.
I rolled 3 twice, so total of 4.
All right, turns out the solicitor is right around the corner. Shadam is up on the rooftops, not effectively looking for a blacksmith, just sort of walking confidently in that way that the most confused tourist can end up with a train of tourists behind them walking into the middle of nowhere with no clue what's happening. Meanwhile, you guys step around the corner and you see a large sign dangling on the front of a building, and it just says Bigglesworth Barrister.
Just noting that. Bigglesworth Barrister. Was this always here? This is right here. Like we were just talking about this.
Oh wow. Yeah, I figured we'd have time to chat before we got here, but I guess it's just right here.
Oh yeah, let's
To be clear, you can stay outside
in.
and chat for a second if you want. There's no one like rushing you in the door.
Yeah, my hand goes up to knock on the door. I was like, is there anything you need to tell me?
I kinda.
Okay, what is it?
Well, I talked to Ghost Werner Herzog again. I mean,
Right,
I
'cause
can just
you-
kind of do that, I
you
guess.
hear like in your head, right? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I've
How's he
sort of
doing?
learned to tune it out. He's like not great being dead. You know, I
Okay.
thought it would be cool to talk to him and that he'd be cool, but he was very like, I'm grumpy that Adam got me killed.
I
And-
kind of wanted to talk to him about film stuff, and it's just we've never really had time with just all this horrible shit going on, and now he's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
And he's bummed about that.
yeah. I mean, I could probably, summon him and you could talk to him, but I'm sure
I don't.
being
feel
dead,
like
he'd
that's-
probably be like, film is passe because I'm corpse now. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
So-
I guess I was just thinking about it, and it was just because we just got here and we've had to been fight for our lives and all that stuff. Is it
Yep.
cool that we've kind of murdered people and like Adam's like murdered people? Is it
Is-
self-defense is murder still, or
Is it cool? No, it's not cool. It's very uncool
yeah?
to have to kill someone, especially in the fashion which we've been killing them generally, like hitting someone to death with a melee weapon.
Mhm.
It's fucking grotesque nightmare.
Yeah.
That being said, it seems to be pretty common here. Everyone is so well adjusted that I think they're crazy. Like they goes full circle, especially here in Happy Town. And it feels generally like it's been for our survival. I mean, we've killed the Black Knight, the Dark Knight. He literally pointed at us on our first night here and said, "I'm going to kill you soon."
Yeah.
So, we got the jump on him and his, some of his goons and whatever. And then there was the skinless. They kidnapped us and we were going to get flayed. And so we fought our way out of there. And then when they kidnapped, Werner Herzog again, we fought our way back through to rescue him.
Yeah.
And, that didn't go so great. Werner will tell you. And then the lizard folk? I mean, that went pretty okay. Very peaceful.
Yeah, that's
kind
true.
of
We made
initially.
friends with some of them.
Cat really bridged a massive cultural gap there, but then the fucking mayor had like paintings of himself just killing a shitload of people on the walls. And, we've got this, I had this voice in my head, Ezra, he's gone now. I don't know what that's about, but he's like, you have to do this. This is how shit works here. So it's all, there's not a lot of choice. It feels like it's like, do this or die.
Right. There has been a lot of that. And I mean, Guy, that was like, I'm glad that he's back, but it's also,
he's not all the way back.
Yeah. Yeah. It's weird. And I mean, Adam seems to really be taking to it in a way that's not
Adam
good.
adapted like super quickly and is going to take over this entire realm if we're not careful.
Yeah. But it's just tough because it is like, I don't want to die either, but it's the killer be killed. But Adam's gotten out of control.
I think we need to take responsibility for some stuff here. Like this judge saying that we're going to be judged. I kind of feel like, we should be,
Yeah.
But I feel like we should talk to this lawyer guy and really arm ourselves with knowledge. If this is a corrupt judge who only seeks out the death penalty, then, that's not right. That's not a fair trial either.
Right.
It's an overcorrection.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, it does seem like everyone who stayed here long enough has gone kind of crazy and bloodthirsty and psycho. And I don't want that to happen to all of us.
Yeah. So, we just have to do all of this 3 more times. And then apparently we can leave. Okay. Apparently.
Sure.
I'm a monster with horns now. I don't.
You're Tyler. You're still Tyler. You're just green.
And massive horns and this hair. I've tried cutting it. It just grows back.
Del, while trying to calm you down and make you feel better, is also looking at you with those like strange dog internal lantern eyes, and her hair and all her clothes are just fluttering unnaturally in a street with no breeze.
Yeah, yeah. And I clock that, but at the same time, like I don't need to say that, I don't need to bring it up. I say, look, I think as long as we work on group accountability, we can navigate this. We can come through this somewhat clean, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
So,
and I'm glad you're here, Tyler.
I'm glad you're here too.
Okay. Well, we'll figure it out.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna knock on the door.
Sure. Yeah. Let's do it.
Hello, Bigglesworth.
And the door opens, and you see what looks like a very, very classic, traditionally dressed Victorian era devil. Just red skin, subtle horns, the goatee, the forked beard. And he just gestures you inside and says, "Yes, how can I help you with everything that you need?" "I am Damanthos Bigglesworth, but you can call me Mr. Bigglesworth, Esquire."
Hello, Mr.
Hi.
Bigglesworth.
"Welcome, please step into my office." And you step in. It is a ruined office that has clearly been reconstructed several times. You can see that the windows at the front have been smashed to either side of the door. There are books that have been torn down and thrown all over the place that have been continually restacked to the point where it's like some of them are spines with no pages, just resting. But it looks like a near ruined, almost parody of a traditional legal office. And Damanthos, aka Mr. Bigglesworth, circles around behind a desk that has been cracked in half and is folded directly down in the middle to sit on a 3-legged chair that he manages to balance on quite carefully.
Okay.
And he says, what are your legal needs? Not very many people need the law in this place, but perhaps for you, it is an exciting day in Happy Town.
Well, I don't know if you caught it, but there was a large face in the sky.
I'm sorry, I was snapping. I did not see anything.
Wow. Well, yeah. The Judge Dredd. If the name rings a bell, I'm assuming you run in legal circles. That's maybe a big name for you. I don't know, but were you napping for that?
I have heard of this name before, but technically I believe it is Judge Karma, if you want to show the proper respect to the office of a judge.
Good
Judge
note.
Karma. Good. Thank you, Judge Karma. He seemed to refer to himself as Judge Dredd, or no, sorry, somebody else told me about that. Judge Karma. I will remember that. Thank you. He's scheduled a trial date for us and a couple of our friends. We are to be judged in his court, and we just want to arm ourselves with proper legal knowledge, I guess. We were thinking of maybe countersuing or asking to recuse himself because he's biased against us or something. I don't know. Is that how law works here, or is there more murder?
So you are hoping to put up a legal defense in this court of the judge?
Yeah.
What could we do? What could we do?
And you see him pick up a book and flip open one page, and it's so stained inside that you can see he can't read anything. He's just flipping through incredibly wet, blurred pages. He's just, Tyler.
Yeah.
Can you roll me an investigation to represent how good this lawyer is? But before you roll, the mists rise up from beneath your feet and infuse this moment with a special power. Please roll me a d6.
I will happily roll a d6. No. I rolled an 8. This is potentially great compared to rolling an 8 investigation. It's bad. It's a 2. Never mind.
We're so fucked.
Mr. Bigglesworth continues to flip through his soggy book
and just says, I need to check the precedents to know what could be useful for you.
and he starts pulling down a selection of books, and you're seeing him look very studiously through all of these books. And this takes a great deal of time. You end up sitting here for hours as he pours through these books. This would be a time that ends up being the equivalent for both of you of a long rest as you sit in this room, burning all of these hours. So you will be back to full health. You'll receive all your spell slots back. And at the end, he says,
this is, there is not many precedents for this particular judge. There might be a way, but I don't want to step on any toes. One of you would need to pass the bar to be able to step into court. Which one of you would like to take the bar?
What?
Which one of you would make the better lawyer?
I'm pointing at Tyler.
I'm pointing at Del. Like, bar sounds like bard. You're overqualified if we're going by letters.
Oh, okay. So if she is overqualified, then it will be you.
And Demanthos reaches into his desk and pulls out a small iron bar, and he holds it out to you, Tyler. He
Says, take this.
All right. I take the bar.
Right, now give it back to me.
Okay. And I hand it back to him.
All right. You have passed the bar. You will be the lawyer.
Oh.
I have no precedent here. I am just the head of the legal association. I tried to check the precedent, but most of the books are ruined.
I can see that, yeah.
Are now the best lawyer in town. Congratulations. I wish you luck.
Well, hold on. I don't know anything about Ravenloft law.
According to the Bar Association.
And Demanthos pulls out a shelf from inside his desk, and you look inside and see there are 5 iron bars, and he holds it up to his ear.
And he says, no, they say you are qualified. I wish you good luck with your case.
And he slides it back into his desk.
I look at Del.
This
guy is...
If you're the leader of the whole, can you get some official paperwork that, says Tyler's a lawyer that we can take with us?
Just a second. Let me check with the rest of the association.
And he takes the box back out of the desk and he listens to it. Then he says,
no, all the paper is wet.
Where's your law degree?
Oh, I don't have one. I just joined the bar.
Join the bar. Got it.
Yeah,
You're
we founded the
not
association.
a lawyer, right? Okay.
And now you are the best lawyer in town. You should go. It's sunrise, so I'm sure you need to report to your case. I would say take the time you need to prepare, but you're out of time.
Okay. Can I just take this? I reach out for a random wet book on a shelf, and say, "Can I have this?"
Oh yes, of course. You are another lawyer. You can have it with you.
Great, thank you. I'm just going to take one book, just shoot my shot with that and see what happens.
Great. You both step outside into the sunlight, and the moment that book hits the sunlight, it fully collapses into trash, and you are left with nothing.
Oh.
You have used the entire night. You no longer have any time to plan. And Tyler, you are arguably a lawyer. Meanwhile, on the other side of town, Shadam and New Rogue, you've been searching for a blacksmith. Shadam, can you roll me? I would accept perception or investigation to see if you can find an appropriate blacksmith.
Well, investigation is -1 and perception is 0. So I'm going to go with perception.
Okay.
12.
12. You make your way around town and you manage to find a blacksmith. You see a sign hanging over the door that says, Garrick Gerard, get your medal here.
Well, this isn't the guy that did my armor, but I mean, I don't know. Let's give him a shot.
So we're going to a guy that didn't do your armor? How do we know about his qualifications? How do we know if he can do an adequate job?
What does this sign look like?
The sign is carved out of wood. It's been hand painted, but clearly beaten and worn by the ages. It's got an image of an anvil next to the name. It's not written in the fanciest font. It's not written in the worst font. If you were to statistically, between like a 1 being the worst and 20 being the best, it's about a 12.
Look at that sign. It's got an anvil. It's made of wood. He probably carved that. You know how hard it is to carve wood? I tried. I didn't do it well.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, you won me over. It's a utilitarian a business. Let's go in. Let's see what he can do.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Walk in. I give a knock and I'm like, hello.
Yep, you walk in, you open the door, you hear the jangle of a bell up above you, and as you look around, you realize this is the interior of what used to be a traditional 3-story residence, only all the floors have been knocked out above. You can see that they've been carved away, so there is a giant, blazing place where blacksmiths do metal. That's what you're getting out of me today. Billows. There's a billows in the middle, and the heat is rising up, and this house has no roof. So it's hot, but it's not the sweltering heat you would have expected if this had been a roofed place like elsewhere. Around the ground floor, around the billows, you can see there are anvils, there are tools, there are other things, and a small selection of wares are set on tables against either wall at the side of the house. In the middle, you are seeing a stocky, burly dwarf. It is the first time among all the dwarfs you've seen, you see a clean-shaven, bald, eyebrowless dwarf. It is no shirt, covered in tattoos from the neck down, but just super oiled up and just there clanging things away. It could be sweat, it could be oil, but just super shredded, bald dwarf who comes over and just says, what can I do for you two?
Hello there. I am Shadam, the chosen one. And
good for you.
And this is New Rogue. He's part of Wet Change. We are the chosen ones.
Hail, Ezra.
And we have a very important mission that we want you to help us with.
Okay, what do you need from me?
Basically, we need you to replicate our weapons, and that's it.
Not it. Also, I would also wondering, in addition to that, because of your prowess as a blacksmith, I'd love if you could help me wield any kind of, I don't know, mitts, or booties to contain these monsters here. They have the tendency of hurting things.
Okay, so you're looking for duplicate weapons and some fancy gloves for the ghost hand guy over here.
Oh, and he has ghost feet.
And booties.
Oh, the feet. Oh, yeah, I should have seen that. It's all very glowing. What can I do for you two?
And you both stand there, and you feel the mists swirl up around you.
Oh,
shit.
Oh,
He's
So
gonna
watch this
roll.
effect this moment, and I'm going to need both of you to roll me a d6
Oh god.
Oh.
and tell me what it
Both?
is after this commercial break. Let's see what happens.
All right, we're rolling.
Two good numbers.
I can't.
Who wants to go first?
That's a 1. A 1.
I also rolled a 1.
Oh!
Our fucking plan.
I want things to cover these freaking hands, man.
Fuck.
Says Garrick Gerard, looking at you both.
All right, so you're going to need me to duplicate your weapons, and you're going to need boots,
Booties and hand gloves.
booties, and hand gloves. All right, so
Yeah.
if you can get me drawings of the weapons, I mean, how many of you are there?
There's
2 others. So 4.
Yeah.
4, yeah.
4.
All right, so let's get a sketch from you. Let's get a sketch from you, and I'll see what I can do. I'm imagining this is a quick turnaround.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we'll make it happen fast.
And he gets you to draw out the weapons you need, and he's like, all right, and you for your booties and gloves, sir. And he gets you to draw it all out.
Okay.
And he goes back and he just starts hammering away on the forge. And he just starts working, and he's working so hard, and you're sitting there and you're watching, and it takes so long that you both just drift off to sleep. So not you, New Rogue, you just get to watch, but you do have the equivalent of a long rest, which allows you to recharge your spell slots to heal any damage there. And if there's any kind of abilities that you can only use so many times per day, it goes back to maximum. Yeah, you can just trance out while it happens. And then the sun starts to rise in the distance. And Garrick Gerard turns back to both of you as you sit there as you were already, New Rogue, or wake up, Shadam. He says, "Oh, you're still here. All right. So I'll have this first act for you in 3 days."
We need them, like, we need to go.
Yeah. There's
Making a fine dwarven axe takes some time. Usually it takes 3 weeks, so I'm cutting a lot of corners. It's going to be 3 more days.
Okay, but like I said, it doesn't even need to work. It just literally needs to look like it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like just literally it could be made of really good paper or anything. Just like something that just looks like it so we can trick the big head in the sky.
All right, just a second.
And Garrick Gerard takes a couple of sheafs of paper out from his desk, and he draws an axe on one and a sword on another. And then he goes, "Wait, what am I doing?" And he balls those up, and he just gives you back your original drawings and says, "I don't know, use these."
No, this doesn't look real, though. These are just 2-dimensional drawings. We need stuff that looks 3-dimensional. That is 3-dimensional. That looks like this. And then I pull out my bow.
Oh, you should use that.
Right,
Fuck!
but we don't want to. Now hold on a minute. Is there like weapons around? Like, does he have stuff that he's made?
Can you roll me a perception?
Hold on. I think we're overthinking this, everybody. Hold on 1 second. Perception?
Yep.
All right. Well, what is my perception? 0, 15 total.
Great. As you look around, you realize that there is not a single completed weapon in this whole shop.
Oh,
Like when you say not completed, what are we
I'm
talking
saying
about
they
here?
don't even look like weapons. It might have a handle, and then there's just a raw melted ingot on the end, or like instead of a knife, it's just a brick. There's nothing in here that looks like a weapon. You get the sense you may have actually gone into just a very eccentric person's blacksmithy where he can't finish anything / may not know what he's doing.
Adam, why the fuck did you take us to this blacksmith when you had another blacksmith that you knew and that worked and did stuff?
I thought I'm not good with directions. I just kind of just went with it, you know? I kind of...
All right, I think it's time for you to leave my shop. I don't like you saying mean things about it. If you'd given me enough time, I could have made you something great.
Wait. I'm sorry. Look, sir, I'm a man of the cloth.
Okay.
By which I mean I worship the guy upstairs. Is there any way any way you could do a courtesy where you could streamline the process and do us a real solid, I will enrich your lives with many blessings if you can do this. Sir, we saved this town of Ravenloft. If it weren't for us and that guy upstairs, well, who's to say what would have happened to your lovely blacksmithery?
That's a reasonable point. All right, let me see. Maybe I can do something for you.
And he
Thank
goes
you.
back and he draws out elaborate dwarven boots and dwarven gloves that you could see came to this shop with him. These were not ones that he made. And he brings them over to you, New Rogue, and he says, if you're going to defend this town, then you can use my father's boots and my grandfather's gloves. And you can go forth and do right by my ancestors.
Wow.
Thank you. These are pretty small.
Oh no,
Take the
there's segmented metal in those. If you put your hands in, they'll fit.
Oh, hold
Same
on.
thing with the booties.
Let me just try.
And it fits. It slides over. You think it's going to be really hard. It actually expands instinctively to cover your forearm. So they slide on beautifully. They're the most comfortable gloves you've ever worn.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Yeah,
hey,
try
nice
the
look.
booties too. They're excellent.
Oh, and these little booties. Oh, thank you for calling them booties too. I appreciate it. And let me. Oh my God! And those also slipped on real nice and tight.
You look amazing. You're carrying my whole family's legacy. Carrying these religious artifacts that mean as much to me as they will to my son one day as they keep passing on. They've lived 100 generations. And as he's talking about the ancient history of these gloves and boots, your hands and feet melt through them and they drip off as liquid metal, becoming nothing. He says, wait, what the fuck did you do? Wait, what? What did you do?
Ezra's the kind of spirituality where everything is fleeting. You have to find Zen. Goodbye.
I don't believe in Ezra.
I want to grab 4 things off the wall.
Okay. I'm going to need you to roll me an athletics.
And athletics, okay.
We're just robbing a blacksmith, huh? A blacksmith hobbyist.
Okay, look, 19 total.
19. You pick up a very heavy bar. You thought it was going to be light the same way that it looks like a brick of gold should be very light. It is tremendously heavy. As you pick it up, the rack around it starts to fall down. Can you roll me a reflex save?
Jeez, is this just riding off that
dex
one?
save, sorry.
Good
Gotta
Lord.
get out of there.
Listen, you guys could have left with nothing and you kept fighting for more.
Saving throw, you say?
Yes.
Well,
Dexterity.
dexterity, that means a total of 5.
I love the roll preceded by
Adam, you take 3 points of damage
I
as
just
the rack
healed.
falls on you.
Man.
Your
All
health goes
right.
back to what I already had written on my sheet before you healed, which is perfect.
Yeah.
And you are sworn at by Garrick, who's like, how could you do this to my shop? Get out, get out. And he just shoves you out the door, slams it shut. And you see that the sun is coming up and you realize that you're running out of time.
Do I still have that bar with me?
You still have a very heavy bar in one hand. Yes.
All right. I just kind of like Scottish Highland Games, like hold it up and I just kind of drop it in my bag of holding. So it goes like, it just goes in. Yeah.
Adam, I think you know how we were overthinking it when we were in there and we realized we didn't need to make duplicates. We could have just taken weapons and just played them as our own.
I didn't say that, but you were thinking what I was thinking.
Yes. Well, why don't we even like reduce the stakes even more? Why don't we just take like farming instruments or anything that's like the easiest thing and just pass those off as our own weapons?
Oh, yeah. Or we could be like, trick them and like go up and be like, oh, we are just librarians and just bring books and just trick them. And then when we check the books, we bring out real weapons.
Yeah, I mean, we're really just overthinking this. I think our incompetence is the key. Our feigned incompetence.
Because he doesn't know. It's not like he was watching, being like,
not at
okay,
all.
this guy has this weapon. This guy has this weapon. Like,
Exactly. Exactly. And when we team up the smarts we have right now with this plan, I'm sure we've got a great lawyer, with the other two.
Yeah.
I mean, I just see things going better and better, actually, if we just stop overthinking it.
Adam, I don't want to say this in front of the other guys.
Adam, can you roll me a d6? This is not a spooky success, to be clear.
Oh,
this
okay.
is just, I need a d6 because you dropped something into your bag and I got to remember what happens later.
Uh-oh. That is a 6. What does that mean? Jeez. If I open my bag, is it going to shoot out at the speed I dropped it in?
No, we don't believe
bag
in
of holding
wands
into a
or anything
gun.
else that can drop at an insane speed. We try to keep things reasonable here. But you've come up with your plan for theoretically grabbing farming implements, and you trust your friends have found an excellent lawyer. Meanwhile, team lawyer, you have found nothing, but you assume that at least the weapon gambit will be correct. You will be prepared for this. And you think maybe as you see the sun rise, there's a chance that you can avoid this. You have more time. You can figure something out. And that's when you all round the corners and see the Clockwork Watch has formed a solid wall of robotic town watch people surrounding all of you, leaving a path open only towards the castle at the top of the jagged and terrifying peak, with a single path moving upwards towards it, higher and higher, until you can see its black obsidian spires jaggedly stabbing up into the sky. And that is when the clouds rumble forwards and block the light out, and you realize there will be no more days. There will be no more time. You have to report for trial now, or all of your friends will be lost.
That's the end of this episode, listener, but next week you could become a watcher and affect the Jesters' adventures by joining our Twitch stream, which happens every Wednesday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That's Toronto time. If you join our Twitch chat, you can give the cast magical items, name NPCs, and decide the events that shape Ravenloft. So, catch up on the story, follow Dum Dum Dice on Twitch, and join our weekly stream right away. Jesters of Ravenloft features the voices of players Tyler Hewitt, Del Borovic, Guy Bradford, and Adam McNamara, alongside Dungeon Master Ryan LaPlante. This episode was edited and mixed by Laura Hamstra, and Jesters of Ravenloft's artwork was created by Del Borovic at delborovic.com. That's DELBOROVIC. Our theme song is Dark Mysterious Halloween Night by Sound Gallery by Dimitri Taras. And our ad breaks use the tracks No Control and Chiefs by Jazzar, JAHZZAR, whose music is available at freemusicarchive.org. For all things Dum-Dums and Dice, including merchandise and how to join our Patreon, you can visit dumdumdice.com or find us on social media at dumdumdice. That's DUMBDUMBDICE. Now get out of here before the mist gets you too!
Dum-Dums and Dice has to give a special thank you to the supreme beings of our Patreon at this time: Christopher Little, Sue One, George Dolby, Richard Cranium, Gavin and Abby McDonald, Logan, Fire Unfriendly, Grandma Likes D&D, Alan, Stabby Stranger, Glitch Trick, Flynn1138, Alarain Okapi, Schrodinger's Pepper, Guy Edwards, Madre de Gatos, Lady Maiden, Nithrian, Garbo Ape, Locke, Sam Schaefer, Waffle Marine, Dagger Rain, Rob L, Dia De Los Hoodless, Diophasis, Loki Burrito, Squishy Werewolf, Remy, Funky Head, Nomad, the Wise Paladin of the Badlands, Accent Therapeutic Services in Florence, Kentucky, Lael, Shulzari, and Jill and Noel LaPlante. If you want your name to be added to this list, you can join our Patreon too at patreon.com/dumdumdice. Thanks to them, and a little bit of thanks to you.